Welcome to the menu quick setup for the 500SE-M GPS tactical camera. In this video we'll show you how to quickly set up the menu to optimize the camera for most tactical missions. Items not covered within the menu you can easily reference within the instruction manual.
Okay, so let's begin by entering the menu. Up top you'll see three tabs: shooting settings, setup, and expanded settings. We'll begin with the shooting settings here. There are three areas of particular interest: picture quality and size, anti-blur, and focus. Spot autofocus is what we recommend for single subject matter. Multi-autofocus is for crowds and such. Anti-blur, keep that on. That helps with camera shake. And picture quality and size, select the lowest resolution possible in order to minimize the size of the JPEG. We'll show you here later how to set a high resolution on the fly with the cal setting. Moving up now to the setup tab. Always format your card prior to every mission. This will go ahead and delete all the previous information, the images and the track logs. It will save your memos though, and any firmware you have loaded up. Go to page 2 here. Hour power off. Keep that off because otherwise the camera will shut off and then you'll lose your GPS fix and any track logs that you have running. Volume settings, I go ahead and mute those. Now down to page 4. Display off. This is the LCD's display. Go ahead and turn it to 1 minute because if the LCD hasn't, or the camera hasn't been used within the last minute, allow the LCD to go to sleep so we're not draining extra battery power there. Next, let's go down to digital zoom. Here, go ahead and turn that on. It allows the camera to digitally enhance the optical image, giving us further zoom capability. And last on the setup tab, we'll go to Cal's picture quality. As mentioned earlier, we can set the high resolution 8 megapixel image here. This allows us to have 8 megapixel high resolution images on the fly. So when we go to the mode dial and we go from the green camera to the cal setting, we're going from a normal resolution setting to the high resolution setting of the 8 megapixel and then back to our normal resolution setting on the green camera. Getting back into the menu, now we're going to our expanded settings tab. This is all of our GPS and memo imprinting functions. GPS display mode, keep that as SE2. Unless we're using a legacy SE1 or SE3 module. GPS lock, go ahead and keep that on. That allows us to lock the heading of the camera down should we anticipate losing a fix or going indoors. Heading lock, go ahead and turn that on. That allows us to lock down the heading if we're using a compass module, helping us to refine its location. Page 2, GPS track time. If you're going to be mounted and high speed, recommend doing 2 or 5 seconds. If you're going to be dismounted on foot, then either 10 or 15 seconds will be sufficient. Compass calibration, we'll cover that in its own support video. On the third page, memo imprint. This allows us to print memos into the 4 corners of the photo. Go ahead and turn that on if you desire. GPS imprint, again, SE2. UTC imprint. This gives us our UTC or Zulu time. Compass imprint, go ahead and select degree or cardinal. And lastly, this is for our LCD compass display. Go ahead and select degree or cardinal. This is what we'll see on the LCD itself.
And that covers our critical menu items for our quick setup.